Hi.
Hello.
In this video, we'll speak about our experience of living like a digital nomads. In what city?
In Bangkok.
In the best city.
So first things first, internet connectivity. Bangkok is probably the best city for internet connectivity. In all Airbnbs that we live, the internet was always good. Internet that you get on your phone is okay. It's better than in many areas. It's not ideal, but it's good enough.
Yeah, but I didn't have some problems with using my iPhone connection, so I used my phone like a Wi-Fi router, and everything was okay.
Awesome. For
Yeah.
me, sometimes it gets spotty, but like 95% of times it's good.
And there are a lot of restaurants and cafes where you can sit with your laptop, so it's very comfortable for digital nomads.
Next important point, cost of living. So you can get a relatively cheap place for a couple $100. You can rent a room, or you can rent even an apartment. It depends on the area.
Or you can rent a house.
Or you can rent a house.
Yeah.
It's Bangkok is like you can see a lot of skyscrapers in the back, but you can actually find a lot of houses, 1-2-story houses everywhere, even in this area. Depending on your budget, you can find everything. This place where we're staying right now, it's kind of a little bit more expensive. It's $1,500 a month.
Check the view.
But yeah, this is what you get for $1,500 a month. There is a pool on the 30th floor. It's a very nice place. $1,500 for Bangkok is kind of expensive. You can go higher, but you can definitely go lower. And especially if you by yourself, you can find good options. Everything else is super cheap. Especially if you don't drink. Like if you don't drink beer and alcohol, the food is super cheap, super tasty. It goes from relatively cheap to like dirt cheap. Like you can get a nice dinner outside in one of those local places where locals eat for like $10, even less. Or you can go to a nice restaurant and spend $40 per person. It's your choice, but you can get, or you can eat in 7-Eleven, right?
Don't do this. It's like a drug.
Yeah. So it's very budget friendly.
Yeah, for example, in our area, there are a lot of restaurants like tables outside. I think for €5 you can have some meal. But if you go to that place, it's a new restaurant, and the cocktails there are
$20.
$20. So yeah, absolutely different. What you are looking for?
Yeah, alcohol usually, like the only thing I don't like about Bangkok is that their drinks suck. So they charge like $10 per drink in nice places, and they usually water down, or they give you something that's not what it is. Like they give you Long Island iced tea, which is not Long Island iced tea at all. So
only beer.
Yeah, only beer. Beer is okay. Like you can get in a grocery, the beer is dollar and a half, half a liter. So it's relatively cheap, relatively affordable. But in the bars, be ready to spend a little bit more.
And be ready, there is no alcohol, no good wine, and no cocktails.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. But what else? Internet is from $30. Originally, I paid $30 per month, which was unlimited. To how much you spent? 15. Yeah, like the latest, my last month was here with internet for $15, which was good as well. So, okay, next point number 3, safety. I think if there is the safest place in the world, it would be Bangkok. Super safe. Maybe there are areas where you wouldn't walk at night, but we never had any issues, even though we explored Bangkok extensively over 6 months that we lived here combined. Super safe. Even if you get into kind of like this shady area, it's still, people are super nice. Everybody is smiling.
Walking with your phone, nobody try to take it from you. Or like a solo traveler, if you're a woman, also it's very comfortable. Nobody like looking at you trying to steal something. Somebody put their phones on the table, like reserve this table. I can go to the toilet and bags. Crazy. I can't, especially when we came from South America.
Yeah, the safest city in the world, I would say.
Absolutely.
Okay, next point, work-friendly environment. Bangkok is, I think, one of the best cities. You can find a lot of cafes with the internet. You can find usually in a more expensive places, you can have your own co-working space right in a building. And in most cases, from all the times that I've been here, you can actually work from home. You can set up a small office. So super easy, super nice, no problems, easy to find place to work from, nice internet.
Yeah.
The next point, visa requirement.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Yeah, with visa, I think Thailand is one of the most strictest countries for visa requirement. You have to do your visa 60 days. I mean, they made it easier. Like right now, you can actually come and you can get visa on the arrival. Before, I had to actually buy visa when I lived in New York, then you had to extend it. So you get 60 days when you come, and then you can go to a visa office and extend it for another 30 days for like $40 or something like that. So make sure that you leave on time because they're very strict. They charge $15 per day. So you overstay 10 days, that's going to be $150. A month, $450. So they don't like people who stay. So rule of thumb: don't mess with the visa requirements. With visa. Next point, time zone. Time zone is messed up. Let me put it this way: if you work for Europe, it's kinda okay. If you work for for Americas, for North America, South America, it gets bad. I have some meetings sometimes with customers in New York, and like if it's over 12 p.m., it gets very bad here because it's 12 a.m. So if the meeting is at 3 p.m., that's 3 a.m. here. So before, like from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST, it's kind of doable. After that, it's very hard, and yeah, that's probably my biggest drawback from this area of the world, from Asia.
Yeah, maybe the first time you're like, okay, it's okay for me, but after a few weeks you will understand that it's very hard to your mind.
Next, transportation. Transportation is super easy. One of the best cities for transportation. You have so-called BTS, that's the train station, train system in Bangkok, and it goes from. It's not huge. There may be like 4 or 5 lines, but it covers everything. So it's very straightforward. You can get from one side of the city to another one in like an hour and a half. Relatively cheap. You can also what we use very often, maybe like like 80% is a bike taxi, super cheap, a couple dollars for like 20-minute ride. Usual taxi is slightly more expensive, but if let's say if there are 2 of you, and instead of taking 2 bikes, it makes sense to get a car. It's about the same price. Also super cheap.
But about taxi, it's a traffic. You should keep in mind.
Yeah. Traffic is a major drawback of traveling in Bangkok. So that's why we prefer scooters, because scooters they go between cars. But unless we have to, like we usually take scooters. If special occasion we take cars, if we don't mind waiting. There are other modes of transportation. I've seen people using the usual tuk-tukish kind of cabs and usual buses. We haven't tried those. I assume those are even more cheaper than BTS, than the train system. But at the same time, I think they don't have AC, and like it's for, I guess, for local people who are trying to save money. But very easy, like in general, one of the best cities to be in transportation wise.
Yeah, but from my point of view, I will not recommend you to use tuk-tuk, because maybe at night, because if it's a daytime, it's really very hot. They don't have air condition, and there is a traffic, and you sit in this tuk-tuk under the sun, and around a lot of cars everywhere. So it's no this, and they use boats.
Yeah, there are boats. We haven't tried those yet, but there are areas where you can use boat transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Health and medical facilities. This city has a role. There are a lot of hospitals, private hospitals, no problems with any medical needs. I didn't have to experience their healthcare system, Thai healthcare system in Bangkok, but I did experience it in Phuket. It's fine. Just make sure that you have an insurance. The insurance that I use is 𝐂𝐨𝐿, and it's really good. I'm going to include a link in this video. And basically, you pay for your bill, and then they return the money. Besides this, you can go to any hospital. There are a number of hospitals, and you can get top-notch, first-world quality service. No problems.
Yeah, and they speak English, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, everybody speaks English, so it's good. Community and networking. I think there are not that many cities that are better for community and networking than Bangkok. The other one that I kind of has in my mind is Buenos Aires. It was slightly better, but Bangkok has everything. Like you have so many different groups where you can meet for your interest. I found this nice group that I go to every week. It's more than enough. It's just the kind of people that I want to see, and you can find on the websites like Meetup.com whole bunch of places if you'd like to like more casual where like you just meet people to talk or based on your interest. Very easy. There are clubs for like non-Thai people, which I don't really like. I like Thai clubs, but there is like if you come in here by yourself, you will never be alone. A lot of people, a lot of options. One of the best cities. Next, cultural and language issues. There are none, I think. Obviously, I don't speak Thai yet, but I want to learn it. It is a very weird language, but a lot of people speak English, especially.
You say thank you.
Yeah, I say
You
thank
say
you.
hello.
Hello. Yeah,
He
like basic.
He speaks Thai.
It's like basic stuff you can learn easily, but structurally this language is slightly different, like not slightly, but very different from like Spanish, English, Western languages, and. But everywhere, almost everywhere, people speak English, and if they don't speak it, you can always use Google Translate, and no issues. Like one of the few places where like literally no issues. We had issues in South America where like people wouldn't speak English, and that would be a problem. That's why we learned Spanish. But here, even if they don't speak it, somehow we never got into situations where like, okay, like what do we do? Like, there is a problem because we don't speak the same language. No, not in this country.
And because we can explain everything by our hands.
Point local attractions and activities. The same thing. I think Bangkok is one of the few places in the world where there's always something to do. There's always something going on for tourists, for expats, for digital nomads, for locals. Everywhere, like every week, there are some concerts. There's like even like you can spend money and you can do things, or you don't have to spend money and you can still do things. For that area, like I think as well, Bangkok is probably the best city. Like you can't in any other place. It's kind of like we need to spend money. Here you can go just to the river. You can go to like open air concerts that happening everywhere. There's like different squares. It's just like the city has so much to offer.
Yeah, never feel bored.
Yeah.
A lot of cinemas, a lot of shopping malls. If you have a time, you can go to the shopping mall for the whole day. It will be like really crazy entertainment for you and your family. You can find there everything that you need.
Next one, weather and climate. Weather and climate here is, for me, it's weird. Okay, we came here. We usually come to Thailand in November, December, and and also we came one time in February. So in November it's perfect. Like right now, this is January, and it's perfect. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Actually, yesterday was a little bit chilly, which was interesting.
We closed all the windows.
Yeah, we had to close windows. Oh my god! Yeah. And wow.
And I wanted to. You put your poncho from Peru.
Sometimes, yeah. And the weather is nice. We've been here for 2 months in Bangkok this time, and not a single time of rainy day. So always sunny. Not too humidity. It's nice. It's just perfect weather. Another time, the first time we came to Bangkok was in April. That's when you start having hot season, because there are 2 seasons. There is a hot season. There's like warm season, and there is hot season with rain. So in May, hot season with rain starts, and we almost experience it, and it's not pleasant. So my recommendation would be come to Bangkok from November to like February, March, and then go somewhere else. Next one is food options. Yeah. Food options are awesome. Like,
don't speak about food.
If you don't like Thai food, I mean, Thai food is one of my best cuisines from all the countries, and it's one of the best here. But if you don't like it, there are so many options. There's a lot of Asian cuisines. There's Korean, Japanese. Japanese is one of the best. So much different than what we we have in New York. There's Russian kitchen, Russian cuisine. We went to Georgian restaurant. Georgian is in the country. There is Argentinian steaks. Thai people,
Italian pizzas.
Italian.
The
Oh,
best.
oh my God,
Oh my God.
there was this Italian restaurant not far away from us, like 5 minutes. The best Italian food outside of Italy, even in Italy, like maybe outside of Sicily. Like it was much better than a lot of places that we visited in mainland Italy.
Yeah.
Sicily still, like Sicily, it's hard to beat
Oh
Sicily.
my God, stop talking about this.
But food-wise, you have so many different options, so much variety. So yeah, this is like I would say it's Asian cuisine capital of the world.
Yeah. Great.
Next, local regulations issues. There are like just make sure that you follow the law. That's all. One of the main laws is that you don't insult their king. So never ever don't even talk about it. The king is a great person. He did a lot of good for this country, and it is an actual crime to insult him. And even if you have money, like don't put it in the back pocket on your jeans. It's considered also like what the hell you're doing. And if your money fall on the floor, don't step on it because there is a face of a king. Other than this,
and give money like this.
It's
not
optional.
A crime, but
yeah, they give money like this because they respect the money so much.
And king.
Yeah, and the king, and yeah, just don't break law. Don't do drugs are illegal here. So weed is legal. Drugs are illegal because weed is not a drug here. Weed you can buy in every corner. Drugs, that's a completely different story. You can get a death penalty here for drugs, and even like I read in some news, um, Thai cops they arrest people in clubs and they do a blood test. And let's say you took whatever some kind of controlled substance, they treat you as a drug trafficker. So from their point of view, you carry the drug in your blood, and therefore you're gonna get in trouble. So be very careful. Don't do drugs, and other than that, make sure that in Phuket specifically that you have the proper driver license because they do catch it there, catch tourists driving without license, and they ask for a bribe, quote unquote. They ask for 500 baht cash payment. In Bangkok, not so much. Nobody really cares if you have a helmet or you have a I've never seen a single cop here, so it's all cool. Yeah, that's about it. Next one, environmental quality. That's a sore issue for Bangkok because they do get pollution once in a while. It's not as bad as let's say Saigon. We've been to Saigon. We couldn't stay there for the whole week because it's just like you can't breathe. It's not as bad here. But in our 2 months of staying here, a couple of days ago, we had huge case of pollution, where it was almost 200, right, on the index.
More than right.
Yeah, which is like as bad as some of the Chinese or industrial cities, where like you couldn't see the buildings. Like some of the buildings on the end of the road, like you couldn't see them. It was like a mist, but it was not a mist. It was pollution. But they're working on it. They have trains. The day before yesterday, they gave because it's going to be Chinese New Year. They gave a free train for everybody, BTS. So it would be less cars on the roads, and it worked. Last couple of days were very nice, but it is like if you look at the index, it might show that okay, like this is like 5 times more than the norm, and it probably is. But we don't feel it that much, except for when like there was that one day when it was really difficult to breathe, and we had to stay at home for the whole day. Like I tried to swim, and you could feel that it's stuff. Okay, and the last one is Nightlife and Entertainment. Again, this is one of the best cities for partying. We went to Route 66 like last week or 2 weeks ago. A lot of nice nightclubs. We usually like clubs with locals. There are a lot of those. There are also a lot of clubs with tourists. It's up to you, whatever you like. There are those like discotheques on the boat that we went to last weekend. There are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to experience, nightclubs, nightlife. Yeah.
Nightlife and nightclubs, not only because of music, it's because I don't know how to say it, like very interesting lights inside, lightning. It's crazy. Everything in LED panels,
yeah.
And you like dancing in the middle of the world of lights. I don't know. Oh my God, it's mind blowing, really.
Yes, you have the screens all over, like on all the walls. And they do the right way of visual music or whatever it's called, light music, and it's pretty sick. It's very nice. And to sum up, I like Bangkok. I think I visited, I don't know, 30, 40 cities. I think this is the best city in the world. I feel like at home here. Awesome place, awesome people, super friendly locals, great food, relatively cheap, very close. Like you can travel to the islands in like an hour on a plane. Or you can take a cab. You can go to Pattaya, which we also done, and from Pattaya you can take a boat to an actual island. So like in 2 hours cab ride, you can be on an awesome beach. You know, the one that you see in Google. You know, like when you Google like beautiful Thailand beaches. Very nice place. It has everything. The only issue is the pollution and the weather from certain periods, from May, June to up to end of October. So just be aware of that. But everything else, for me, this is the best place, and I will definitely be coming back here. If not every year, then like every other year.
Absolutely agree, and I feel myself very comfortable here, very safety. Everything is very interesting. Everybody is smiling, saying hello, and for me, I'm very happy here. And we are going to Vietnam, and I don't want to go. I want to stay here.
Yeah, but if you like this video, if you want to learn more about Bangkok, click here or here. I'm not sure where it's gonna be, but we're gonna have a list of our adventures in Bangkok because we like to go out and do things every weekend. So check it out, and yeah, like leave a comment if you're gonna be here in the city. Leave a comment. We can meet up next time we're gonna be in the city, and yeah, I will definitely. I will love meeting new people. Bangkok is one of the best places for doing it. So yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and we'll can definitely do something together.
Thanks for being with us.